Dear listeners and viewers, a warm welcome to you all in the English Literature series. Today I am going to talk on the characteristic features of Shakespearean tragedies. Shakespeare was born at Stratford-on-Avon in England in the year 1564. In 1586, he left his native town and came to London at the age of 22. His 38 dramas are divided into tragedies, comedies, tragicomedies, and historical plays. Four tragedies of Shakespeare are masterpieces. They are Macbeth, Hamlet, King Lear, and Othello. His tragedy observes, in spite of important differences of technique, the fundamental requirements of tragedy as expounded by the great classical philosopher Aristotle in his Poetics. Now, what are the characteristic features of a Shakespearean tragedy? The first one, it must have a tragic hero. Shakespearean tragedy is preeminently the story of one person, the hero or the protagonist. Now, the second feature is that the tragic hero must be of noble birth. He is either a king, a prince, or a commander in the army. The third feature, the hero must have a tragic flaw. Yes, he must possess one tragic flaw in him which leads to his downfall or tragic end. As Macbeth has overvaulting ambition, Hamlet has indecisive nature, Othello is unable to distinguish between the right and the wrong, and King Lear does not have the capacity to judge which daughter loves him truly. Now, another characteristic feature of a Shakespearean tragedy is that fate and character. Let us talk about fate and character. In Shakespearean tragedies, the deeds of the protagonist are of great importance as they lead to his tragic end. In his tragedies, character is destiny as opposed to Greek tragedies where fate matters everything. In the famous historical tragedy of Shakespeare, that is Julius Caesar, Cassius says to Brutus, the fault, dear Brutus, is not that the fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but that we are underlings. The next characteristic feature of a Shakespearean tragedy is that it must have the supernatural element. The supernatural agency plays a vital role in a Shakespearean tragedy. It influences the thoughts of the hero and thus indirectly influences his deeds. Thus, the drama Macbeth starts with the appearance of the three witches prophesying the future of Macbeth, and in Hamlet, right in the very beginning of the drama, the appearance of senior Hamlet ghosts could be seen. Another feature of a Shakespearean tragedy is that it must have a conflict. Conflict, which according to Aristotle is the soul of tragedy, is an important element in a Shakespearean tragedy. The conflict may lie between two persons of which the hero is one. In the famous historical tragedy of Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, the conflict is between two groups of people. On the one side, Cassius and Brutus, while on the other, Julius Caesar himself and his faithful commander, Mark Antony. Another characteristic feature of a Shakespearean tragedy is that it has catharsis. Yes, Shakespeare's tragedies are also cathartic. That is, they have the power of purging and thus easing us of some of the pain and suffering. The pain and suffering of the protagonist arouses the sense of pity and fear in the audience and the reader. And the last characteristic feature which I am going to deal is that a Shakespearean tragedy has a tragic waste. Yes, in a Shakespearean tragedy, we find the element of tragic waste. All the exceptional qualities of the protagonist are wasted, be it Macbeth, Hamlet, King Lear, or Othello, the Black Moor. These were the major characteristic features which I have dealt today regarding Shakespearean tragedies. Thank you all for listening and watching.